always from the heart of the city, and now on demand 24/7 on the CHFI website. This is the soundtrack to the soul of one perfect Valentine rose. And I'm Don Jackson, around the world on the internet. As it said in an article in the February 1998 issue of Victoria magazine, edited by Kim Freeman, and I quote, "At the heart of the rose lies mystery and romance, stirring a passion like no other flower." Unquote. This hour, the passion inspired by one perfect bloom for the first Valentine's Day of this new decade, with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Enrique Iglesias with Hero, and Bryan Adams, Have You Ever Really Loved a Woman? And I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Lucy Maud Montgomery wrote, "I believe flowers have souls. I have known roses that I expect to meet in heaven." The French writer Colette took that comment one step more. All of us wince when a rose falling apart in a tepid room lets go of one of its shell-like petals and sends it adrift into its own reflection on a smooth marble surface. The sound of its fall, very soft, distinct, is like a syllable of silence, and enough to move a poet. Maybe it does have a soul to elicit such a response from us. Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Sade with No Ordinary Love. Lady Antebellum and Need You Now. And In Sync. And This I Promise You. I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. As it said in the liner notes to the book of beautiful photographs called La Rose, published by Western Eye Press in Telluride, Colorado, and I quote, "Roses have always blossomed as metaphors for emotion, sadness and joy, death and rebirth, great beauty and great passion." Unquote. And rather than let them just wither and die, we hang them to dry and save their petals in a potpourri to make their moment last even longer. Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Linda Ronstadt with Aaron Neville and Don't Know Much. Justin Hines, I Wish You Well, and Celine Dion, and Have You Ever Been in Love? I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. George Eliot wrote, "I wish the sky would rain down roses as they rain from off the shaken bush. They would fall as light as feathers, smelling sweet, and it would be like sleeping and yet waking all at once." Enrique in the Roses wrote, "Each petal consents and takes a few fragrant, invisible steps in the wind." Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. the Canadian Tenors, and I Only Know How to Love, and Paul Anka with Anthea, Anka, and Do I Love You. I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. In the February 1995 issue of Victoria was an article titled The Soul of a Rose. In this article, it said, and I quote, famed fashion designer Valentine once said that wearing roses gives a woman a tranquility of peace. Unquote. And Henry Constable wrote, my lady's presence makes the roses red, because to see her lips, they blush with shame. Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Whitney Houston, Saving All My Love for You, and Phil Collins with A Groovy Kind of Love. And I'm Don Jackson with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. Alice E. Allen in My Mother's Garden wrote, sweet as the breath of roses blown, the fragrance of her life. And there's that fragrance again. I hope I've inspired you to search for that one perfect rose for your Valentine this first year of a new decade. And when you find it, then the two of you can listen to the program again on Valentine's Day with Lovers and Other Strangers from iTunes and CHFI.com. I hope you will tell all your friends about Lovers and Other Strangers. Good night, sweet dreams. I'm Don Jackson.